Hello and welcome to all my listeners and viewers to my YouTube channel. In my last video, I had talked to you about William Wordsworth's biography, and here I am with William Wordsworth as a poet of nature. Now let's come to the topic. Dear listeners and viewers, William Wordsworth, many poets have loved nature on their own. But before and even since William Wordsworth looked at the nature with some different angles. He had a passion and devotion for nature. As Dr. Quincy observes, William Wordsworth had his passion for nature. He had a passion for nature fixed in his blood. The other poets depicted the outward beauty of nature, whereas he looked at the beauty of nature with some different aspect, with some different angles. So he is telling you that Wordsworth had his passion for nature fixed in his blood. It was a necessity of his being like that. He should have been like that because it was in his nature, in his blood. It was in his very soul that he looked at nature with some different angles, which was rarely found in other poets. Like that of the mulberry leaf to the silkworm, and through his commerce with nature did he love and breathe. To Wordsworth, he saw the very spirit of God Almighty in every blooming flower, in every object of nature. If you go through the poetry of William Wordsworth, it has a therapeutic value to life. It has a soothing value to life. It has that kind of soothing, blessing and enjoying effect on the mind and heart of a reader that E.M. Forster found while reading T.S. Eliot when he was sick. That is why Helen Derbyshire advises the readers, if you want to understand rightly the poetry of William Wordsworth, you should go to the mountains. Hear the mountains, what the mountain is telling you. He feels the very existence of God, Spirit and Almighty in the running of the rivers, in the blooming of the flowers, in the humming of the birds, in the dancing of the gentle breeze. He found the very Spirit of God. That very Spirit is permeated everywhere, pervaded everywhere. So Derbyshire advises there is something in the rare mountain airs. So Helen Derbyshire advises the readers to go to the mountains to feel the very existence of the Spirit of God. You see, he says that there is something in the rare mountain air. If you want to really understand the depth of William Wordsworth poetry, you will have to go in the lap of nature. We should go under the greenwood tree. Here lies everything. And you hear the sound of wind and waters, the solemn outlines of the hills, the changing depths of tone and color, the magical quickness, the sense and spirit. I must tell you that William Wordsworth has a spiritualized nature. To William Wordsworth, it is not an inanimate object, it is a living object, it is organic. He himself says that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. I repeat the sentence. Every flower enjoys the air it breathes. He found the conscious existence of that spirit found there. It is not an inanimate object. There are many poets who have depicted the outward beauty of a hill, outward beauty of a garden, outward beauty of a bird or running rivers or lakes and springs and this and that. But he did not only explain the outward beauty, he went deep into it and found that every object is talking to him. That is why sometimes we say that come to the under the greenwood tree and you will find a soothing heart. So his poetry gives a soothing effect to the readers. He finds the very existence of God Almighty in every blooming flower, in every running river, in every chirping birds, in the running of lakes and springs, and in the silent standing trees. They give them the message that here lies the Spirit of God. My dear readers and my dear viewers, you must know that there are three living creatures on the earth. We human beings, animals on the land and sea, and all kinds of flora and floras like trees and plants and all that. Science has proved these days that they are living beings. And he is talking some 100 years ago about that these flowers have life, these trees have life, these rivers have life. That is why in the table turn he says like this, that you can say that in the table turn he says, one impulse from a vernal wood may teach you more of man of moral wills and of good than all the sages can. All the sages, saints and other learned, highly qualified, wise people can give you the lesson. You will find that lesson, that story, that moral teachings if you go in the lap of nature. That is why he says that nature is the best teacher. He has a spiritualized nature. He has a spiritualized nature. Nature is the best teacher to him. That is why at some places he says that the world is too much with us. The world is too much with us. This world has so many ups and downs. We have so many darkness in our life. We have so many problems in our lives. This strife-torn in this strife-torn world, we have very less time for peace, for enjoying peace. That is why he laments, the world is too much with us. Means what? This hustling and bustling of the world, these ups and downs of the world, these joys and sorrows of the world, this fret and fury of the world, these angers and anguish, pain, all these kind of worries, sufferings of the world are too much with us. Late or soon we realize all these things, but if you want to free yourself from the hustling and bustling from the town life, you have to come in the lap of nature. Even Thomas Hardy much later wrote, far from the madding crowd, far from the madding crowd of the town life, and he talked about the countryside. That is why his poetry, William Wordsworth poetry, is especially depicted from the very lap of nature. His diction is very simple. His dictionary is very simple. He chooses very common words. He chooses very common phraseologies. He chooses very common subjects. Daffodils. I will talk in my next video about daffodils, the solitary reaper, and a slumber did my spirit seal. While explaining all these poems, I will tell you that he has chosen very simple common object of the nature, which rarely people think that it should be an object of discussion. So he said that, he laments that the world is too much with us. This world is so much with us that we have no time to stand and stare that what kind of bliss is all around given to us, given to the mankind by the God Almighty. So the world is too much with us, late or soon, getting and spending we lay waste our powers, little we see in nature that is ours. The whole thing is the God Almighty has made for us, but we don't have time to stand there and enjoy it and appreciate the beauty of nature and appreciate the skill of God, or rather you can enjoy with this nature. So I think that this much is quite sufficient for students of class 6 to 12 so far as the description of as a poet of nature William Wordsworth. All of you can have a screenshot of this. It will help you a lot in other references. Now in my next video, as I told you that William Wordsworth belonged to the age of Romantic age. He belongs to the Romantic age. So what is Romantic age is all about? What is Romanticism? I will talk in my next video, and after that I will explain all the poems of William Wordsworth, like Daffodils, The Solitary Reaper, A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal. I must tell you that this kind of feelings, this kind of depiction, this kind of description is mainly found in the Romantic age poet. Why? I will give you only 2 words and I will explain in my next video. The poet of Romantic age have emotion and imagination. There are 2 words, very important words. They have emotion and imagination, and they have a powerful emotion, and with the powerful imaginative intensity they have brought far-fetched concept and brought you before something that is beyond imagination. Like Keats wrote the 80 lines long poem Ode to Nightingale, and Shelley wrote a very long poem Ode to the West Wind and Skylark, and even this great poet wrote about the Ode on Intimation, on the recollection of early childhood. So this is all because of that romantic characteristic of that particular age. So we will discuss this particular aspect in my next video. Till then, I express you all my thanks and gratitude for watching. And wait for my next video. So please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much indeed.